The early 21st century saw a disturbing surge in cybercrime. Hackers grew bolder, their attacks became more sophisticated. Financial institutions became prime targets. Millions of dollars vanished into the digital ether. In 2009 and 2010, a new wave of cyber attacks crashed onto the shores of global finance. These were not the work of lone wolves or basement-dwelling teenagers. This was organized cybercrime, highly coordinated and ruthlessly efficient. Banks across the United States and Europe reported massive data breaches. Customer information was stolen, accounts were emptied. The financial system itself seemed under siege. Law enforcement agencies around the world were caught off guard. They struggled to keep up with the scale and complexity of these attacks. Something had to be done. The very integrity of the global financial system was at stake. The attacks were brazen, almost unbelievable in their audacity. Hackers were breaching the supposedly impenetrable systems of major banks, and they were doing it with alarming regularity. The question wasn't if, but when the next attack would hit. Investigators quickly realized they were dealing with something different. This was not the work of a few isolated individuals. The attacks bore the hallmarks of a large, well-organized criminal enterprise. The hackers operated in the shadows, communicating through encrypted channels, using aliases and virtual private networks to mask their locations. Tracking them down would be like chasing ghosts. But there were clues, digital fingerprints left behind at the crime scenes, patterns in the code, and most importantly, the flow of money. Follow the money, the investigators knew, and you find the criminals. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, with its vast resources and expertise in cybercrime, took the lead in the investigation. Operation Trident Breach was born. Its mission: dismantle the cybercrime network, no matter the cost. The FBI's Cyber Division, working closely with field offices across the country, launched a relentless pursuit of the perpetrators. They delved into the murky depths of the dark web, tracking the movement of stolen data and funds. It was a race against time. Every passing day brought new victims, new breaches, and new challenges. The cybercriminals were growing bolder, their tactics more sophisticated. The FBI knew they couldn't do it alone. They needed to forge partnerships to share intelligence and resources with law enforcement agencies around the world. Section 4. A global web of cybercrime international collaboration. Operation Trident Breach soon spanned the globe. The FBI partnered with law enforcement agencies in Europe, Asia, and elsewhere, sharing intelligence, coordinating investigations, and pooling resources. The investigation revealed a sprawling criminal network with tentacles reaching across continents. Hackers, money launderers, and criminal masterminds, all working together in a sophisticated and highly profitable enterprise. Europol, Interpol, and other international organizations played crucial roles in coordinating the global response. The investigation became a model of international cooperation, demonstrating the power of shared purpose in combating transnational cybercrime. Sharing information was critical. Law enforcement agencies had to overcome language barriers, cultural differences, and legal hurdles to effectively share intelligence and coordinate operations. Section 5. Justice served: arrests, extraditions, and prosecutions. The investigation culminated in a series of coordinated raids in multiple countries. Dozens of suspects were arrested, including hackers, money launderers, and key figures in the criminal network. The arrests sent shockwaves through the cybercrime underworld. For years, these criminals had operated with impunity, believing themselves untouchable behind their digital walls. Operation Trident Breach proved them wrong. The operation was a major victory for law enforcement, but it was only the beginning. Bringing the perpetrators to justice would require navigating a complex web of international law, extradition treaties, and jurisdictional challenges. The case also highlighted the importance of international cooperation in combating cybercrime. No single country could hope to tackle this global threat alone. Section 6. The Legacy of Trident Breach. A turning point in cybersecurity. Operation Trident Breach marked a turning point in the fight against cybercrime. It demonstrated the power of international cooperation, the effectiveness of digital forensics, and the importance of public-private partnerships. The operation also exposed the vulnerabilities of the global financial system to cyber attacks. It forced banks and other financial institutions to strengthen their defenses, to invest in cybersecurity, and to take the threat of cybercrime more seriously. The legacy of Trident breach lives on in the strengthened cybersecurity measures adopted by businesses and governments around the world. The operation served as a wake-up call, a stark reminder that in the digital age, security can never be taken for granted. The fight against cybercrime is far from over. As technology evolves, so too will the methods of the criminals. But Operation Trident breach showed that even the most sophisticated cybercrime networks can be brought down, with persistence, cooperation, and a shared commitment to justice.